Okay, this is me getting ready to go out and shovel snow. We got a huge dump of snow last night. I would say close to 12 inches. There's my wife Simone. And early morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, we're out. What I love about my new electric shovel. So this is a Snow Joe electric shovel. And I had never heard of these things before this season. This particular one, I'll link the model number down below, but it's pretty neat, you know, like it's pretty lightweight, definitely weighs more than a shovel, but doesn't weigh nearly as much as a regular snow blower. And as you can see here, it's kind of making short work of the massive dump of snow that we got last night, and I kind of use it like a shovel. And anytime that the snow is really deep, you're going to see that in a minute here because Simone's kind of dumping snow right where I'm shoveling, and there we go. And anytime you get these like really, really deep, if it's like more than about 10 to 12 inches deep, then what you do is you kind of take it off in layers. You kind of take one layer off at the top, and then you come right back at it, and you get the second layer, and it can cut through, 10, 12, 15 inches of snow pretty easily. You can see it's making pretty short work. Now, this thing throws pretty far, and I'll show you how far it throws later. It probably throws like 20 or 30 feet in the air. What I would say here is that it does kind of make a mess, like you're blowing snow everywhere. So I've learned that the best thing to do is get completely geared up, snow pants and jackets and everything, because you're gonna get really snowy. But look at how nice it's clearing this snow. And it goes right down to the pavement. And here's where I wanted to show what it works like on a deck. We have a cedar deck, a stained cedar deck, and I moved the camera up a little bit just so you can see, like, you can do 8 to 10 foot swaths, and it blows, gosh, good 15, 20 feet in the air and forward, which is nice because you're not just, when you're shoveling, you shovel right in front of yourself, and then you have to shovel what you just shoveled, you know what I mean? So I'm finding this thing pretty handy. It is okay on steps if they're wide enough, but I find if you've got really narrow steps, it's nice to just get the shovel out and do the steps, and then you can use this for the wider portion. So if you have a big driveway to your garage, this would actually be, I think, a pretty great addition. We get a fair amount of snow in the winter, but not a ton of snow, but it kind of gives you an idea. I find it very satisfying too. It's kind of one of those oddly satisfying things. Here's where I kind of went like 2 layers. So you can see I've got about 15 inches of snow there. I took 1 layer, came back, and go right back at it, and you get right down to the wood. It does not damage your wood at all. It's like a plastic base with almost like a scoop shovel on the bottom, and definitely nothing scraping on your deck, but it gets, look at, right down to the wood, which is pretty amazing. So to put this into context, yesterday there was 0 snow in the back. It's crazy. Yeah, super satisfying. I love doing this, actually. This is kind of and I bought this because I have a bad back, and so I thought this would be a great little back saver, and also because I'm addicted to everything electronic, and this thing is electric, and it's a gizmo and a toy, and I'm into all kinds of newfangled toys and gizmos, so why not? And you'll have to see when you link it below. I'm pretty sure it was under $200, like maybe in that $150 range to buy this. For me, I mean, that's one massage after a really bad back day. So here I am on the step. We've got 1 step. It's probably about 15 inches wide, that step, maybe even a little less, and it has no problem on there. So you can see that. So I came back and did a few little touch-ups. But I find I shovel probably more than I would with a shovel because it's so satisfying to do. You gotta be careful if you have a really narrow lot that you're not just blowing all your snow onto the neighbor's yard too, so you have to kind of angle it every once in a while and see if you can, aim it in the right spot. Getting around the pillars. A little bit of a challenge around here. It's so fun. And the great thing, you can probably hear it kind of in the background here. It's quiet. So I was out at 7 in the morning. It's a weekday, but it's right near Christmas, so it's kind of a holiday. Everybody's sleeping in. And it sounds about as loud as maybe a cordless drill. You know, it's got a little bit of a hum to it, and it whirs around, but really doesn't make a ton of noise. Looking back later, as I was blowing snow here, like snow was right up to the second story windows in our house. Again, super satisfying. I kind of wish it snowed more often. Look at this, right into the pergola. Now, some of that is getting in my neighbor's yard, but that's kind of a side yard where nothing is over there. It's kind of like a dumping zone for my neighbors. So, and plus I did all my neighbors' front yard, front walk and everything, so I think we're even. And they're not home. So now let's move to the front yard. Now, I've got a lot that's about 38 feet wide. I think maybe it's 42. Anyways, 38 to 40, 42 feet wide. And I was able to do the entire backyard. I basically pinned the throttle down. So this entire time it's been running. It did the entire backyard. Now I'm just kind of going through the front yard. And I find it easiest to kind of one run right down the middle or down one side if you can, and then just little strokes to push the snow off to the side. Again, with those steps, tends to be easier to just use the shovel off of those areas. And you can see we're already getting a lot of snow on the lens. Look at my daughter's car is just covered in snow. This was a ton of snow, you guys. This is pretty rare for us to get this much snow. So again, down one side. Look at that plow through snow. That's a good 15 inches of snow right there. That's impressive. And again, what I like about this is it's blowing snow right out into the middle of the road, so I don't get a whole bunch of snow right where I'm parking, which is nice if you're parking on the street. Okay, now in this section, this is where it gets pretty thick, and I don't know why it always tends to snow a little bit more here. I think there's no trees covering it, but it was a good 20 inches in some areas here. So this was definitely harder. Like, I had to really struggle to get the machine. Plus, I think I was kind of nearing the end of the battery life on the device, so probably it starts to spin a little bit less as the battery gets closer to empty. I mean, it was still throwing snow like crazy here, but it is so thick, this section. This is the neighbor's yard. So I gave it a good go here, but boy, well, I guess it saved my back after, instead of shoveling, but this was pretty hard in here. Yeah, you can see it really struggling to push through the snow here. But anyways, I got the whole, another 40 feet on this lot and another 40 feet behind me on the neighbor's lot. You can see how thick it is here. It is deep, deep snow. Anyways, thought I'd give you a quick look at my electric shovel. I love this thing. I enjoy using it, and it's been a back saver for sure. I would highly recommend it to anyone who has a significant amount of snow. I love that it's compact and it just stores upright in the garage. You're not storing a big gas-powered snow blower or anything like that. It works great, and yeah, highly recommend it. Hope you enjoyed. Well, I hope you enjoyed my tour of the electric shovel. If you have any questions about electric shovels in general or anything like that, or anything that I do, just give me a ring. I'd love to chat. Send me a message. And I'll leave you with this last bit of satisfying neighborly love here where I blow some more snow from my neighbor's sidewalk. Enjoy!